Bro, what's good, ladies and gentlemen, bitch? Welcome back to the channel. We're here recording live from the mothership, Southampton, episode 22. And we're kicking it off with a player of the month. Shortlist for September. We have two players up in there, Bertrand Traore and Nathaniel Klein. Who's willing to bet their goddamn money that Bertrand Traore goes ahead and wins this here award? The man has been on fire. He's been doing absolute bits for us. He's our #1 selling shirt at the moment. Just ahead of Lucas Vasquez and Miguel Almiron. And I've noticed that it took me a while to notice. The shirt sales are, for the most part, just determined on who the highest overall player is. Which, I mean, that's kind of disappointing. I thought there was actually something behind it, but it doesn't really seem like there's much more to it than that. But we did have another injury other than the Manolo Gabbiadini one. Alphonse Areola, our new keeper, just joined us at this beginning of the window. Out for 6 weeks with a broken elbow. I mean, we do have replacements, obviously, but we did just sell Fraser Foster. But Angus Gunn is obviously going to have to step in for now and get a job done. And then you get reports that Keroseneyt stays put at Southampton. And I did get an offer from Real Madrid. I mean, it's very... I'm honoured, you know. It shows that people are taking notice at the excellent job that I've done. But my job is nowhere near finished here at, excuse me, here at Southampton. We have a long way to go before I'm ready to hang it up. So Real Madrid, they're going to have to wait. I don't know if I'm going to actually leave Southampton at any point in this series and maybe go on to another team seasons down the line. I'm not too sure. Let me know what you guys think about that. But we'll see it. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how that works out. We did go with a 4-4-2 in this one. Bertrand Traore leading the line alongside Hesse. So we'll see how these two work together. I was a little bit unsure. I mean, they're very similar players leading the line, but I don't really see any real reason why it shouldn't work. Yeah. They're both more than capable of playing up front. They're both. I think I mean, they both should link well together, really well, because they are just generally the type of players who would be able to link together, despite the fact that they are both playing up front. Højbjerg got the first chance of the game though, just 5 minutes in, as he tried to bend one into that far post. It's very it's a good effort from Højbjerg. He's come real close with efforts like that throughout this season. Still yet to score that real good goal. But he's still been one of our most important players so far this season. Chest pass from Bertrand plays into Højbjerg. And just as I said, been so important for us as Hesse goes ahead, making his debut right here, may I add, scoring on his debut, and he becomes another player to go ahead and do that. Bertrand Traore obviously done it, scoring on his debut. Lucas Vasquez scored on his debut. I don't know if there's anyone else that has gone ahead and done that, but beautiful pass from Højbjerg. Just as I was talking about him being very important and contributing in other ways, plays a beautiful pass into Hesse, and Hesse gets a hand on it, but it does sneak into the back of the net anyway. Opens his account for the team. First game, first goal. So, I mean, he's kind of answered the question, can he play a lot up front alongside Bertrand Traore? And right now, it seems to be working, going to plan. Because, hold on, let me turn there we go. My volume, I needed my volume. But yeah, it seems to be working out. I mean, if they keep scoring, you can't say it's not working, can you? I mean, right now, Hesse's only scored, but Bertrand Traore, I mean, it's always expected for him to score. Fulham running into trouble as they pass it straight to Traore. He gives it off to Nathan Redmond, who gets into the box, and it's a really good save in the end from the Fulham goalkeeper right there, but they almost shot himself in the foot if we were able to punish him. Nathan Redmond cuts inside, all types of options. He finds Højbjerg, who's able to spin, tackled, but it falls to Lamina, who plays it in down the channel to Højbjerg, and from a tight angle, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg finds the back of the net with a beautiful, beautiful finish from the Dane, and he opens his account for the season, scoring his first goal of the Premier League campaign this year. 51 minutes in, it's been all us pretty much, other than a one effort from Schürrle, who scored against us last season. But all us in control of Fulham, and it's a really good. I mean, it's another type of maybe the keeper shouldn't be beaten from there, but when you face a shot from that close with that much power behind it, you kind of have to make a guess as to where it's gonna go. He gets low, didn't go low. Jesse Rodriguez did come off in this one. Lucas Vasquez with some good footwork before shooting over the bar right there. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it. I think it actually was saved. No, it wasn't. It went straight over the bar. Yeah, unfortunately, couldn't keep it down. 87 minutes in again. Fulham giving the ball away. Eventually finds its way to Bertrand Traore, and he finishes in off the post for his 6th Premier League goal of the season. And you thought he was going to go a game without scoring? You thought he was going to just not score? You're tripping. But Fulham did it for us. They gave us the opportunity. Just gave the ball to us. And I think it's another assist for Højbjerg as well. I can't really see who that is back there who played that pass. Simple pass. Simple finish in the end. And the Burkina Faso native scores himself another goal. As you can see the graphic coming up. 6 goals in his first 5 Premier League starts for us. Bertrand Traoré, the signing is working out brilliantly. And if he keeps this up, and you look back at it at the end of the season, we signed him for only 23 million. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, that's beautiful. But Højbjerg did get himself the Man of the Match award. And we go into the Champions League. I don't even know if that's going to get claimed. I tried to cut that down as short as possible. Hey, we're trying to see how short we can cut it. We're trying to see how short we can cut it. I did upload it a little bit longer. And it did get claimed. So if you guys, I mean, that's why we didn't have a video. I mean, if I have to do this again, I will do it again until I can get that in there, because we need that type of presentation in the videos. But yeah, that might be a little bit too long. We'll see. I don't know. But we're getting our first Champions League fixture. I've also got the music in the background there. I'm trying to keep that feel of a Champions League night. I'm trying, people. But I have to face all types of trials and tribulations with the copyright claim crew. Especially if I'm going to keep the music in this live, we have to make sure we're talking all the way up. I mean, the music isn't too much of a problem because we can turn it down. Like, we can lower. But in terms of the actual graphic of that little ball rising up in the sky, like, that's a problem. Like, there's not really much we could do other than cut that real short. It's probably going to get claimed again, to be honest. But we are in our first Champions League fixture of the year, playing against Olympique Marseille right here. And boy, oh boy, we made it. At no point throughout last season did I think we were going to make Champions League. Like, my whole fixed focus was on the Europa League up until like the last 2 episodes where I looked at the table and I really realized like we can actually make the Champions League. And it worked out on the final day of the season. We're here now playing off against French side Marseille. Tough group. These are the games we really going to have to pick up some sort of points in. We have to get some sort of result. Playing at St. Mary's in this one, something's got to be done. I'm pretty sure this is St. Mary's, right? Let me get that look. This is the squad they came with. Yeah, playing at St. Mary's. Bertrand Traoré, of course, out here leading the line. Will he be able to score again in another consecutive game? Cross goes in, and he tries to do something a little bit fancy, right? Oh, you fancy, huh? He's just brimming with confidence right there, going for the overhead kick. Unfortunately, couldn't get it to go either side of the goalkeeper, because if he did, it might have been in the back of the net. Lucas Vazquez this time coming in, crosses it, goes to that near post, and Bertrand Traoré scores again! In the Champions League. Now, this is a player who has Champions League experience. 2 of them linking up. Of course, Lucas Vazquez having played in the Champions League for Real Madrid before. We have Højbjerg who's played in there for Bayern Munich. But other than that, we don't have a tremendous amount of players. I would assume Lemina's played a few games in the Champions League for Juventus. And probably for Marseille while he was out on loan there. But really, that's just poor goalkeeping from Steve Mandanda. At some point, you have to come out and collect. That's way too close for you to not come out and collect that. Bertrand Traoré travelled such a distance to get to that ball. So much further than Steve Mandanda would have had to travel to just come out and catch that. But we have our first Champions League goal of this campaign. And Bertrand Traoré, of course, is the man to get. I mean, it couldn't have gone any other way. Played down the line now. Marseille trying to come back at us. They cross it into the box. Bertrand heads it down straight to Sertic. I was going to say Sanson for a second. It's not Sanson. It's Gregory Sertic. And he passes it. It's a really good finish. But Bertrand, that was my fault. Again, I'm a man. Like, I can admit when it's my fault. I should have just tried to clear it. I should have just pressed B to head it. Press A instead. Trying to pass it out the box. But instead I passed it into the box. And it just fell straight to Gregory Sertic. I'll take blame for that. Pulled back. I mean, the lead was short-lived. And Marseille, their tails were up a little bit. They came forward at us again. Another cross brilliantly saved from Angus Gunn. Obviously stepping in for the injured Areola. Alphonse and making a great save. But we come forward again as Bertrand Traore and Lucas Vasquez link up again. Lucas Vasquez bearing down on goal, and he scores his first goal of the season to open his account this year, and he gets it in the Champions League. So really, the two players with probably the most Champions League experience between these guys are the players who are causing the most problems. The first goal assisted by Vasquez to Bertrand Traore. The second goal assisted by Bertrand Traore to Lucas Vasquez. And a very confident finish from the Spaniard in off of the post. And we restore our lead right here at St. Mary's. And the more we kind of really feel good in this match, the more we feel like this is a match we should be winning. But again, we were pulled straight back to drawing, and again it was Gregory Sertic. Imagine conceding 2 goals from Sertic in a match. Imagine letting Sertic score twice against you. I love the player. I really like Sertic as a player. But imagine, he shouldn't be scoring 2 goals against me in the Champions League. Look at him. Like, he's really just gone into the box completely unmarked. And that's disappointing from players like Romeo and Lamina, who obviously have the bulk of the defensive duties when it comes to a player like Sertic, a midfield player. Despite the fact that he's a defensive midfield player, Højbjerg getting the ball now, turning on it, and a strike from Højbjerg. Like I said, I'm going to keep shooting from range with Højbjerg, which is why you guys have seen that I've started training up his long shots a lot more, because he seems to get himself to position to let long shots off a lot more than any other player for whatever reason. He just finds himself in that position. Mohamed El Younisi finds Bertrand Traore. A lot of space out here, wide right for Lucas Vasquez, into the box, and coming with that silly little animation right there with the side-footed shot instead of the lace shot. This episode was recorded before the patch, so players were doing that a lot more often. Højbjerg, maybe I should have went out wide. Probably it would have if it was any player other than Oriol Romeu in that position. Tried to bend it, couldn't find the back of the net, and instead we are held to a draw. Let me know how you guys feel about that. I'm not really too sure if we considered that points dropped or held to a draw, because I mean probably is points dropped. Marseille are a good team, which is that's why I say it. Marseille are a good team. You can't really be too held down by that.
Well, the main story here is we are going to see in action the top scorer in the league, and it's live.
Bertrand Traore is the focus of this match. We get into the final match of the... Or did I do 4 matches? I think I did 4 matches. I did 4 matches in this episode. So we got another match after this one. Can't remember. I think it's a cup game. I think it's a cup game. So yeah, we're into this match against Leicester City, who almost beat us in the first game. We played them last season. We ended up getting a draw out of it. Lamina captains the side in this one. Ben Chilwell gets a start at left back, gunning goal obviously. Almiron starts at cam. And we have a centre back pairing of Wesley Hoot and Hermoso. Hermoso's pace is tested in this one as Vardy gets in behind. Hermoso does well, makes the challenge, kind of stands up Jamie Vardy, forces him to take a shot from a tight angle, but Gunn is able to save that one. Hermoso is absolutely rapid. He's got everything I want from a centre back, and it's not even necessarily the pace. Like you guys would have seen, I'm not the type of player who just goes, I'm not a speed demon. Like, I don't really care about pace that much, but we did go behind. But I'm saying, like, I'm the type, I'll use a player who doesn't have pace. That's not necessarily what I look for in a centre back. Like, I could use a centre back who doesn't have pace. I could use Mertesacker and make it work. I'm more look for, like, what, it's weird. I was going to say athletic abilities, but pace is an athletic ability. But more in terms of, like, jumping. I like a defender who can jump real high, strength, and generally just good tackling attributes. I don't really want to be tackling a player and the ball flies around. I like a nice, solid tackle. But yeah, stuff like jumping, especially. Like, I like that type of stuff. Heading accuracy, positioning, I like that kind of stuff, especially positioning as well. And Hermoso has all of that, so we could train up other stuff and make him a real good defender, which is why I really kind of signed him. And you guys seen we pushing him like he's getting the starting position, because with some training I think he could be a real problem. He's got insane pace, which is just a bonus. He's got like in the 90s at least, if I remember correctly. It's at least in the 90s. I think it's high 90s. His pace is real crazy. But we are trying to get ourselves back into this game. Bertrand Traore again trying to make that overhead kick work. He's just feeling real confident. Into the 69th minute and we're still behind. So we do make a few changes. As you can see, Redmond comes on. James Ward-Prowse is coming on. No, Redmond came off, sorry. Hesse came on. And James Ward-Prowse for Almiron and Nathan Redmond. Another chest pass there. Ooh, noticing those all over the place now. As James Ward-Prowse finds, who is that? Number 38, Valverde, I think it is. Finds Valverde on the right-hand side, and he forces a save out of the keeper. Should have done a little bit better, maybe driven it a little bit low, but we did get a loss in this one, which is now I'm remembering that's why I ended up doing a 4th match, because like I said, I've said it before, I don't like ending an episode on a loss. Like, I'm the type of player, if I lose a match, I have to play another one. But in terms of training, I did switch it up. I've noticed that the training is a lot more effective if you kind of focus on one player at a time, maybe 2 at max. So Hermoso is who I decided to focus on for reasons that I did just explain. Magnussen also is getting some training. Instead of doing like 5 players at a time, maybe 4 players, someone gets 2, I'm going to start focusing on 1 player at a time and doing 5 training sessions for that 1 player. Maybe training for a month before switching. It just seems like it works a lot more effectively like that, to me. And players grow a lot quicker and a lot more effectively. But we are in a Capital One, no, I always call it Capital One Cup. It's been called that for a while. Carabao Cup. Magnussen starting in goal again. It's a similar back 4 that we've seen in previous cup games. I think it's the same side we played against Rotherham to a T. Ball's bouncing around all over the place right there. And Ryan Brewster was able to react to that loose ball right there, but wasn't able to turn it into the back of the net. Look at him. Look at him. The way he jumped right there, that animation just looks so weird. It looked like a goddamn fish jumping out of water. James Ward-Prowse playing it inside. There's a change, actually. James Ward-Prowse didn't play in that first game, and James Ward-Prowse actually captained the side out today, I believe, if I remember correctly. Brewster taking a throw, finding Sofiane Boufal, plays it in, comes across to Carrillo, and that's just a poor finish. That's the best chance of the game. Well, either that or the Ryan Brewster chance. Both of them get a big chance, but that Brewster chance was a little bit difficult. That one there for Carrillo has to be found in the back of the net. Kapushka taking an effort right there, forcing a save out of the keeper, but a good save from the keeper. Nice little 1-2 interchange in. Brewster finds Carrillo, who's going to find James Ward-Prowse. 1-on-1 with the keeper, and James Ward-Prowse is unable to find the back of the net. There he is wearing the captain armband. James Ward-Prowse has missed some absolute sitters in this series. He really has. He has to be finishing that one. I actually, you can't see me, I have my hands on my head watching that back. I'm in shock that he absolutely, he missed it. That's poor. And then we were made to pay as the ball fell to a West Bromwich Albion player right in front of goal, and they took the lead. Goes from one end, we miss an absolute sitter, down to the other end where West Brom get their own sitter and they don't mess it up at all. Passed into the roof of the net, and that's the outcome we should have had. That's the outcome we should have had. James Ward-Prowse trying to make it up because he finds Ryan Brewster. If we go out, it kind of goes down to James Ward-Prowse. The game would be completely different had it gone differently. El Unity this time. Again, probably should have done a little bit better with that one. Dragging it wide of the post. Didn't really get a good connection, anything, nothing like that. Should have been looking better. 3 changes. Oliver Hall comes on. Oliver Clark comes on. And Charlie Austin comes on up front for Carrillo, who his chance just as big as a miss big of a miss as James Ward-Prowse's one, but West Bromwich Albion are the team attacking despite the fact that we should be the ones coming forward, and they double their lead instead of us equalizing. I don't know if you can hear this noise going on behind me. If you can't, I just interrupted the immersion for no reason. If you can, I'm sorry, but somebody is outside doing some crazy construction shit, and it's probably being picked up on my microphone. But regardless, we did go 2 down, and I'm, spoiler alert, we were knocked out. We didn't come back. We were knocked out. What's his name? What's this dude's name? I know it's Rodriguez. What's his first name though? This is gonna bug me. This is gonna bug me. We did get a chance after here though. Brilliantly attempted effort from youngster Oliver Hall. What is that Rodriguez name? God damn it, what's that boy name? But we did go crashing out of the Carabao Cup, which is a little bit disappointing, man. I wanted to win it. And also it's a chance for some younger players to make appearances. Players like Ampadu and Valerie and Magnussen. Magnussen's probably not going to make another appearance for the rest of the season unless we decide to play him in the FA Cup, which I'm not entirely sure if we will do. Maybe I'll play Gunn in the Champions League and Magnussen in the FA Cup. What do you guys think about that? I'm not too sure, but we'll see. We had a Carabao Cup, lost our last Premier League match of the episode. Unfortunately, undefeated streak is gone for this season. And we sit in 4th place. This is where this one's going to end. I don't know what day you guys are going to see this episode. Because if it gets claimed by Champions League, again, by UEFA, I don't know. I'm going to have to record this all over again. You know what? I know what I'm going to do if it gets claimed again. Because I ain't about to wait until tomorrow to upload this again. Love you guys, though. Peace.